Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to our weekly stock market update video. There's an analysis on S&P 500, QQQ, Bitcoin, as well as the Mag 7s. We'll be looking at their support and resistance levels, as well as the most likely scenario where price will be heading towards for later next week. And before we get into the technical charts, let's get started with the data. So looking at sector data, sentiment data, dark pools, earnings, as well as economic data. All right, so sector data wise, still no signs of red flags for me at the moment. Still getting rotations around into different sectors, and especially leading with technology sector still as well when market rallies. Overall, the semiconductor I think made new highs again this week. So the semiconductor has been leading for the past 3 months and is still leading at the moment. So until that stops, it's going to be hard for the market to drop, because as long as the semiconductors continue to lead, and if let's say the semis slow down, and the Mag 7s gets rotations, right? Market is likely going to go more so consolidate sideways instead of getting these hard drops. So that's still my consensus at the moment, where markets will consolidate through time instead of consolidate through those 5 to 10% drops. In terms of AI sentiment data, most people are still bearish in the high 40s. You can see, sorry, high 90s, high 30s. So well above historical averages. 31% is the historical average for bears. And we continue to sit in these higher 30s and 40 ranges. So that just shows that markets participants are still kind of on the wrong side of the boat. And yeah, even we're still sitting pretty darn close for the bulls to just historical averages, below historical averages. So, which is very rare for that long, while we're hitting all-time highs literally every day. So market participants are still kind of on the wrong side, and fears and greed just shows the same thing, right? If you have a lot of bears, then you have more fear in the market due to them being bearish on the market while the market is going all-time highs. So these two are currently showing the same thing for me at the moment. All right, so we looked at this for a dark pool last week for SpaceX. As long as it holds above the 150 mark for me, which is the largest print there, support will likely hold. If we flush to below 150, there's really no volume below us. So except that 135 psychological IPO price, other than that, we'll have to find a new support, because this number one largest print here is the 8.8 billion here. Anything above that is much smaller, in the millions. This is the biggest print there is currently only at the moment. All right, in terms of newer dark pool, which came out this week, so not this week, the NVIDIA. So we were looking at NVIDIA here at June 12th. This is NVDL, which is the 2x leverage for NVIDIA. And this week is held its support, essentially what I'm saying. So we went above it, came back down, back tested here again, and held its support and then bounced from it. So if NVIDIA is going to hold here and gets more rotations, let's say back into the Mag 7s, where we talked about saying last week, so Mag 7 likely will bounce from here due to its strong support area here. And we get that bounce, but we got that flush on Wednesday with the Fed, but it held the support. So we're still making a higher low at the moment. So if this coming week, let's say the higher low is set, which we saw some bids on Friday, and we bounce back above the 66 mark, which is prior resistance here, and break above that and confirm a daily uptrend, then we have a shot back to 68.6, and that means Mag 7s are getting rotations. And if Mag 7s are getting rotations, let's say the semis cool off a little bit, go sideways, consolidate a little bit, then the Qs are probably not gonna tank. So probably be more so sideways action, or maybe even a little bit higher, because Mag 7's weights more than the semis. So yeah, so that's still my consensus. Either consolidate through time, sideways, or kind of like a flagging look, then go, or we make new highs with Mag 7s getting rotation, which you kind of can see so far. NVIDIA is defending, which one of Mag 7s is defending its number one largest print at the moment here. So, all right, earnings. Not that much left, but we do have FedEx, who can give us a little bit more insights into the economy, and we have Micron, which is the semiconductor name. So a lot of people will be probably watching more. So Micron, it's a popular name, Maybe we'll feel another pop in the, which has been doing literally every earnings. The semis has been popping, but hopefully they beat as well and reach this guidance. Otherwise, they will probably drop pretty hard because the expectation for it now is insanely high. All right, so in terms of economic data, PMI on Tuesday and crude oil inventories and new home sales on Wednesday, core PCE and initial job claims on Thursday. All right, let's get into the charts. So SPY for me, we bounced off of this support last week and did not make a new high. And we got that little bit of fear into the new Fed on Wednesday and didn't really follow through on Thursday. So essentially, when Monday, after everybody digests the news, let's see the direction that the market would head towards. My consensus overall is still more so a sideways consolidating through time. And SPY continues to get rotations, right? We saw tech being a little bit weaker last week during this drop here, and while XLF, the financial sector and healthcare sector, picked it up a little bit here. So markets still continue getting rotation, and this week tech picked it up and again. So, and like I said, we still have a lot of other sectors like inter-sectors rotations, right? Let's say if semis start to pull back and Mag 7 starts to get rotation, and maybe some software names get some rotations, other names get some rotations, then it would be continuing probably more so sideways luck. Depending on how heavy Mag 7 gets rotations, if Mag 7 gets a rotation back to new all-time highs, breaking this high, then this is not going to just consolidate sideways. This is going to make new highs because of the weightings of those names. MQ is making new highs. Buy is likely going to make new highs. So we'll see how much rotations it gets. If it just stay, we'll look at the Mag 7 charts right after this. And so, yeah, that's the idea for now. And let's take a look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin here, still the weakest of the weakest, right? We've been down 50% from highs, and this is the price action we get with a lower low, no follow through, but we're not bouncing either, right? So when we talked about that lower low, no follow through, it's the first sign of potential, what do you call it? Potential opposing. The other side is have a chance essentially to get that bounce going, right? You get the bearish break, stops everybody out, and you break the support, and you don't get that follow through, and you bounce, right? So everybody's stop loss is hit, and then next thing you know, it bounces, right? But this bounce is still not showing any signs of life, essentially, is what I'm saying. It's still in the bear flag territory, right? Top of the move to the bottom move. We dropped 28%, and we haven't bounced. We bounced about 13. So as long as it's below this 0.382 box, which is the this yellow box here, just means 38.2% retracement of this entire move, we are still in a bear flag territory. So this could just go like this. Let's say the market goes a little bit sideways as well, and this goes with it. Next thing you know, right, this could roll over if that bear flag ends up playing out. So what the bulls need to do is hold these higher lows, which they are doing at this given moment, right? Higher low, set, higher high, daily uptrend confirm. Pulls back, but if we can set this higher low again and then breaks above prior highs, then the daily uptrend continues, and this just continues to increase the probability of us negating that bear flag. When we do come back up, though, we are going to start hitting a lot of resistance on the way up, right? So you can see pretty much this 66 level is the lows of this prior support, major support, now acting as resistance. So that's going to be the first support the bulls really need to break. And if they can't even break the 66 and 67 zone, we won't even be talking about trying to negate the bear flag. So if we break above here, up above 68, now we're going to start looking at around the 69 to 70 zone resistance. Prior support, prior resistance, now acting as support. Now we're coming from below it. It's also going to act as resistance. And for the bears, if you guys are long-term bears, you guys are seeing pretty good, right? Longer term picture, monthly downtrend, weekly downtrend. So you guys are just chilling, waiting to see how this plays out, right? At the moment. If you're a shorter term bear, you want to see break this low first. Moving down, this makes the lower high, breaks this low from Friday's low and Thursday's low. Then we have daily downtrends back to the bears. That means every trend is in back to bears' favor, and you guys are probably going to backtest these levels again. And so, see which way it goes. All right, so Tesla. So my consensus still is more of a sideways action at the moment until maybe SpaceX tanks, or if it holds itself up, then this will continue to go sideways. But if SpaceX tanks, we're probably going to come down and visit this 370 mark and this 355 mark again, which is this prior structure here, prior highs, prior resistance acting as major support right here. So yeah, continue to hold this major support at this given moment. So if it keeps on holding here, then it's going to be more so a sideways action for me in this range. Let's see if the bulls can hold that higher low here. Come from an uptrend back to their favor, break above 416, then we have a shot back to 432. But if this cracks below here, not a great look. You can see this prior resistance now acting as support. If we break that, then we're looking more so 368. All right, Meta here. Did not want to click that. Meta here, still holding support, right? We got the nice bounce, but of course everybody flushed on Wednesday, but not as bad as Meta, at the 5.44%. Right back to support. Did bounce off of it slightly on Thursday, so we'll see if this can bounce, right? Because you don't want to, as a bull, you don't want to see it literally comes up to the first level of resistance, which is this whole block of traded for like a month here. We're not gonna support, right? This $600 level support for like 2-3 weeks. Next thing you know, we come back up from below it, test it, classic support into resistance, reject, right? And then you just roll over. Obviously, there was a catalyst on Wednesday. So when we do come back up again and test it again, and if this is the higher low, we want to break above that 600 mark and confirm a daily uptrend and try to at least test this 622, which is this prior wall of resistance, right? Then we can start talking about, okay, maybe we can come up to 368, which is now this wall of resistance, right? This whole wall of resistance here, which we couldn't even get over, right? So really overall, longer term picture is really doing not that much. So not that great of a look, but let's say if the MX7s, like we talked about earlier, can get some rotations, right? Maybe we have a shot back up to at least, right? And coming up to this 630 ranges. So, and really to stop spending their Capex as well. We'll have to see the earnings come in. Earnings is going to be in July. So still a bit of ways, but all right, Amazon holding its support as well. Very clear support. We talked about this one last week, saying it bounced off here twice. Of course, same thing. Wednesday gave it back. Everybody flush. But like I said, still holding on support. And it made a lower high. It did make a new low. So as well, it bounced off of it on Thursday. So this can form a daily uptrend, breaking this 449. Then the max evans, this max chart is gonna bounce as well. So this is what I'm looking for to see if it comes up to 68, while these major names are bouncing out with support. And that would mean that the market is going to be supported, especially the Qs. Yeah, so no signs of reflex for me for that. Microsoft, much more of a red flag here, right? Pretty much give all of this entire move back. Did hold this support slightly, but barely even bounce, right? You can see it's like a flat day on Friday. Bounce off of this little structure here. So if Microsoft's going to hold, they need to pretty much hold where it is on Thursday. If it bounces, the first major resistance here is going to be this 398 to 400 mark right here, coming into the structure. And they also need to start spending its Capex, and its earnings coming up as well in a month. So let's see if they do that. and see how it goes. So if we bounce up here as well, major support, then market it's likely going to get some support as well. All right, let's take a look at Google. So the strongest MAG7 name here is still holding. It's barely dropped and it's still holding. And yeah, no signs of reflex. Kept saying this one, as long as it holds its prior levels, prior resistance, now acting as support, no signs of red flag. For me, probably more so sideways action into its earnings for Google. I like more of a tiny range. That's my guess. But for now, no signs of reflex. All right, Apple here. After this big flush, it's kind of just doing this slow grind. This could still be a well lower high. We're starting to get to that 50% retracement, so it's starting to favor the back to the bulls for a higher low, like this, a higher low. But we have to see how it forms. We haven't formed a higher low yet. So when it does pull back and break below a prior day's low, you just want to see a shallow retracement and then bounces. If it's a big flush, this could just be a confirmation of daily downtrend. And if it does that, if this gives a daily downtrend, then I'm looking back closer to 280, back testing here. And then probably more a sideways range if it can hold above this prior structure. All right, let's take a look how much time. All right, NVIDIA. So yeah, no reflex. I've been talking about saying as long as it holds above prior resistance, which is this resistance I've been looking at for a while, and this line goes all the way back to prior all-time highs too. So then, and acting as support, right? Bounce, 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 right? This low is made off of this high, bounce, and it's making higher lows. So as long as it holds above these levels, then it's fine for me. And we got that dark pool print as well coming in, which it held the back test here, right around this 206, and then bounce off of it. So yeah, so we can also say as long as it's above this 206 print where that dark pool is, where we bounce off of, then NVIDIA is okay. And we get that MAG7 rotation as well, we just talked about earlier. And let's say we come back up. This, to me, is starting to look like a tiny range, right? That's not what I want. Let's just put this here for now, just for fun, to see if it actually trades within it. Yeah. So if we come up, we don't make new highs, and we start ping pong again in here, which it really likes to do. Like you can see the structure is more like a ping pong. It does a lot of tightening ranges as well, which it did back here. So let me delete that. So yeah, so let's see if it does that. It's only 2 points, so it's not very valid at the moment, but based on its historical price actions, kind of likes to go sideways. Let's see if we can just come up to 225, right? That's a 7% move. That's going to support the market and probably the SMH sector too. So yeah, so overall for me, no signs of red flag unless the MAG7s rolls over while the semis rolls over at the same time. So the semis starting to go red, and none of the other sectors are starting to gain any rotation. No rotation to software, no rotations into semis. No rotation into the MAG7s, no rotation into other names. And that's the red flag that we'll be looking for. So currently no signs of that yet at the moment, and we'll see how next week brings and of how people digest the Fed news and all that kind of stuff. And there is some other news about Iran again, which I'm not surprised at all. And so we'll see how the market digests that as well. All right, have a great rest of you guys' weekend. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow for more commodities update. Have a great rest of you guys' weekend.